Steve Kerr considering changing up Warriors' starting lineup. San Francisco. The Golden State Warriors looked lifeless for 2.5 quarters of their 110-106 win over the Portland Trail Blazers on Wednesday night. The Warriors were playing a team with the second-worst record in the Western Conference, a rebuilding team with youth and inexperience, a team that could have been the perfect palate cleanser for a difficult past week before hitting the road for 4 games. Instead, coming off 2 days off and a long practice Tuesday, it was another game full of searching for answers. Afterward, coach Steve Kerr said that because they are still searching 21 games into the season, everything is on the table. "The puzzle hasn't fit this year," Kerr said. "The puzzle hasn't fit this year." Golden State has already used 9 different starting lineups this season, tied for the second most in the NBA. Only the Miami Heat have used more. Most of the changes were due to injuries and suspensions, most recently Draymond Green being banned 5 games and Andrew Wiggins missing 2 with right finger soreness. But in the moments the usual starting lineup of Green, Wiggins, Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson and Kevon Looney has shared the floor, it has struggled. Against Portland, Curry finished with 31 points on 8 of 18 shooting, but Thompson had just 2 points at the start of the second half before finishing with 11 total, and Wiggins and Looney finished with 9 and 6 points, respectively. Last season, that starting lineup dominated the league, outscoring opponents by 145 points, the second-best plus-minus of any 5-man unit. But this season, in the 113 minutes those 5 have played together, the Warriors have been outscored by 25 points. That's the worst plus-minus for any Golden State lineup, according to ESPN Stats and Information Research. "I've really been patient and hoping to get our starting unit from the last couple of years into a good groove," Kerr said. "I've really been patient and hoping to get our starting unit from the last couple of years into a good groove." It's easier said than done for Kerr to change this lineup. He said he gives a long rope to his players, especially those who have been there and done that, winning the franchise 4 championships. So, with the starters struggling, the rotation has also become a free-for-all, something Kerr said will continue for the foreseeable future. "Every night is going to be different with this team. That's what I am figuring out," Kerr said. "Every night is going to be different with this team. That's what I am figuring out." Curry also noted the Warriors' need for flexibility. "There have been situations this year. Obviously lost some big leads because we haven't been able to adapt quick enough in those kinds of games," he said. "There have been situations this year. Obviously lost some big leads because we haven't been able to adapt quick enough in those kinds of games." On Wednesday, Kerr turned to third-year forward Jonathan Kuminga late in the third quarter to give the Warriors life. After sitting the first 31 minutes of the game, Kuminga played the final 17 in a performance Kerr called the key to the game, scoring 13 points on perfect 6 of 6 shooting. He also had a game-changing steal off a lazy Portland inbound pass that led to Curry hitting the dagger shot. "It's huge because that's what he's asked to do right now," Curry said. "Everybody in our locker room. The challenge is to stay engaged and approach it the right way. It doesn't mean you have to be happy about it. It doesn't mean you have to accept it." For him, the challenge was not letting not playing in the first half, being out of the rotation change his preparation. "If he didn't stay ready, show maturity with that, we lose this game." Kuminga closing instead of Wiggins or Chris Paul was an example of the decisions Kerr will have to make moving forward, though Curry did say the expectation has always been the closers will be determined by who is playing well. For a moment, it appeared Kerr would also close with Moses Moody over Thompson, telling Thompson to go back to the bench after he got to the scorer's table to check in. But Moody would be swapped for Thompson at the next timeout. "The younger guys understand the veterans will get more of those opportunities," a source told ESPN. But, at 10-11 at the quarter mark of the season, everything is on the table for Golden State. "You factor in the human being. You factor in injuries. You factor in rhythm," Kerr said. "You factor in the human being. You factor in injuries. You factor in rhythm." Thanks for watching NY Sports News. Stay tuned for more updates.